why I brought you back.
Love that transition. That was really cool. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Motion Designers Reacts, and I'm really excited about this one today. This trailer is from one of my favorite studios, The Mill. The Mill is known for all their high-end commercial work, CGI, and visual effects work, so this one's gonna be awesome. So without delaying anymore, let's go ahead and jump into Destiny 2, The Final Shape. I mean, already look at this environment, it's ridiculous. And that grass is nice too.
After all these years.
Man, just the environment creation already and the detail of it just looks so good.
Why I brought you back.
Love that transition, that was really cool.
Why you were chosen.
Interesting lens effects on all these shots, really high levels of chromatic aberration as a design choice, and it feels like that's... Oh, that was cool, nice slow motion effect too. But yeah, it looks like this really stylistic choice. Like on this shot, so much chromatic aberration on the side, but it doesn't really like...
I didn't know then.
Take you out of it. It feels... It's nice and subtle and soft and feels realistic. I really like that.
A feeling.
Nice use of different colors. Ooh, backlit enemies. We've kind of talked about that in previous videos. I love this jumping as like a homage to the hours of doing the platforming and how frustrating that can be. That was very clever.
We've seen.
Nice close-up shots. Nice environment creation. The dust and the mist. See, there's an example of lens flares on that shot. We talked about that in a previous video.
Might be our
nice
last.
Lens flares, but not just blowing out the whole screen.
So
I mean,
you one last time.
I love all these different camera angles.
To rise.
Man, look at that dust particle simulation. Really nice work on that. Yeah, close up on the eyes, great shot. All our main characters from the past. Oh, nice little shift in the title design there. I like that a lot. Nice reveal. Man, short but sweet and amazing. There's just so much happening in that 2.5 minute trailer. A little bit different from our longer form content, but man, The Mill they just hardly ever miss, if they ever have it, in fact at all. I just love this live action trailer. It's a good combination of feeling live action and a little bit video gamey, but not overly cartoony. It just feels really natural, cinematic, nice color tones, nice color palettes. And let's go ahead and just take a look at a few specific shots that really stand out. So each scene and environment creation is just so well done. I really like in this opening scene, just the environment looks so great. It has good color tones, a good color palette, and kind of like I mentioned before, just the animation of the grass and everything that's done with the grass is flowing, the simulations on that, the particles coming off of his hands. This opening scene is just such a great establishing shot. And here we go again with the hand scene. I just want to call it out again. The Mill is setting up a story. We have this really nice natural feeling shot of this close-up, nice depth of field. And again, we kind of mentioned in other videos doing too much depth of field or too little depth of field, but this feels natural, like what you would get from an actual physical lens in real life. And then throughout the whole trailer, we have just high-level details on all the environment, the rocks, the creation, and that's just gonna be a constant theme throughout the whole video that's gonna make it feel very high production value and very cinematic and realistic. I really like all the graphics where he shifts into overdrive with his ship, and we have this nice transition from space into our grass plains environment. I think that was a really good transition. Feels very smooth and seamless and natural. And one of the reasons that this transition works so well is we get a little bit of upfront through the purple section, but once we get into this grass plains land environment, if you slowly take a look, we get a little, like maybe just a second or two of the ship going over all this environment before kind of slowing down and revealing our planes. I think if you didn't have that little transition intro flight in the beginning, I don't think it would feel as smooth and natural. It would probably be a little bit too jarring and an abrupt transition. But since that's there, it just feels smooth and seamless. It's just very well done. All the environment creations are just so well done. There's so many little things happening in the background, whether it's clouds or birds or little water elements or waterfalls. It's all there, and even though it's small, it's immersive, and we're feeling like we're in all of these different environments, and they're just taking on their own form, shapes, and color palettes. And I feel like managing that amount of environments or color palettes can be hard to make it feel like it all feels part of the same world. But the lens effects and all the choices that they're making, even though we have different color environments, they're all feeling like it's one piece that lives together. And it's just a great nod to the art direction on how to manage all of that and make it feel like it's one piece instead of being separate little pieces or areas from different parts of the game. So just another quick note on the art direction that I wanted to call out that I really enjoyed is we get some real high level chromatic aberration shots where the colors sort of separate those green, red, and blue channels on the edges. And you can get that from actual lenses that happen to separate those colors, and it's a natural phenomenon that happens in camera and in lens in real life. What they're doing good here is they're separating those colors, and sometimes those red, blue, and green channels can get overly saturated and it kind of just doesn't look very good and sort of can take you out of what's happening. But what they're doing on the edges here is they're separating those colors, but it's in the depth of field part, so it's nice and blurry and smooth from the depth of field. And they're also doing a little bit of desaturation on it, so you're not getting those colors punching out too much and standing out from the animation. And when you can blend all that and smooth it all out together, especially in the depth of field, because that's normally where a lot of the chromatic aberration can happen, especially in high contrast areas, it's gonna feel natural, and in turn, it's gonna help it feel more cinematic, like you're actually looking at it through a camera lens. And one quick note that's also tying the theme together for this whole thing is there's this really great writing and narration that is making us feel the impact of this story and the emotion. It's really hard to derive serious dramatic emotion in just a slow minute trailer. Traditionally, going to comedy or humor, it's easier to make someone laugh quickly than it is to make them feel sad. But this, we're feeling good drama and narration being supplemented by all the great cinematic shots that we're showing. So the comment of that VO playing throughout the thing and the script for that, it's really great direction and good storytelling. Quick note on how cinematic and natural the lens flares feel. And we mentioned this with some of the Iron Within trailers where there were a lot of lens flares in there that just are too bright, blown out, and they're covering up things. There's lens flares in here, which again happens in real life, but they're very subtle and they're not covering up our main story and our action that's happening on camera. So I really like those, nice and natural, good thing to keep in mind for our own animations. And last note I'll comment on is we have some really great ending type with some nice little extra effects in our typography. Normally type is hard to make anything cool happen, but here we have an example of nice little secondary animation with the actual typography itself. Our kerning looks great. You know, it's not 100% white, which is always nice. It's a little bit toned down. And it's just great title design and typography that we're looking at, and a good way to end the trailer for this video as well. And another thing I like about the title design is I love the overall bluish tones in the background, and they have another contrasting color, which is the orange, and they just marry and support each other really well. And we kind of have these nice orange tones in the corner supplementing our full blue tone. So it's not 100% a blue tone screen. The design of it just looks really good. All right, so there we go. That was the reveal trailer for Destiny 2, the final shape. And the mill just knocked another one out of the park, and Destiny should be very happy. So hope you guys enjoyed this trailer breakdown, and as always, we'll see you in the next Motion Designer Reacts video. Have a great one.